Hey all, it's Jesiah. So if you didn't hear yesterday, there was some changes announced in Nova Scotia. There was an amendment introduced into legislature that would drop the surgical requirement to change sex designations on birth certificates. So right now Vital Stats requires a whole bunch of anatomical surgical proof in order to change your gender marker, and you would no longer be required to do so. The language in all their press releases and stuff, I think it was pretty good. I mean, I was surprised, honestly. They're pretty up to date in all their sensitivity training for their staff, and so kudos to them. Where they fall short, I mean, with Vital Stats and this amendment is where Nova Scotia always falls short. We're a province of followers and not leaders, unfortunately. So there are no provisions for anyone who doesn't follow or identify with, rather, the binary gender, and there's no acknowledgement on the part of Vital Stats or the province that gender is solely a social construct and completely irrelevant to identification purposes. But those are things we can work on moving forward from this point. This is like a foot in the door sort of thing, and then we can work on that from there. So who's eligible for this when it comes into effect? They're hoping it's going to be in effect by mid-June. Would rather you not hold your breath on that. Anyone born here, even if you live elsewhere, will be eligible. Unfortunately, if you live here and then you're born somewhere else in Canada, you still have to go by whatever requirements that province where you were born lays out in their legislature. Anyone 16 to 18 with a parental consent can also do this. They're going to have their own application form that you need to fill out. You'll have to write a letter of self-declaration which states that, in your opinion, the marker that's currently on your birth certificate does not match your gender identity. And then the third requirement would be a letter from either a psychiatrist, psychologist, doctor, registered nurse, social worker, someone associated with a professional organization is how they define that. So it would be fairly accessible in even the most rural communities. That's all they're going to be required. So, and then the last thing I got on this little info sheet I got from the Deputy Registrar was that the only options are M and F. So that's something we can work on in the future. It's big news anyway. So by the end of June, let's all head to the DMV. Alright, I'll see you guys soon.